Well, what's going on? Welcome back to the Hustle Sports Fantasy Podcast. Y'all already know what it is. It's me, your boy T Will. Hey, we about to break down, this the basketball episode. So we about to break down what y'all can do going into week 8 of the fantasy season. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure y'all stay locked in, stay disciplined, and just help y'all win y'all leagues. Here what we breaking down for this episode. Week 7 recap, top performers in the league, a league shout out, waiver wire scoop, player spotlight, in the zone sleeper pick, and then a hustler's energy lock pick where I throw away to keep with it. And we're gonna close with a fantasy community debate. So I'm here to help you get sharper every week. You know what I'm saying? No hype, no chaos, just disciplined moves, just great moves to help you win your league. And then y'all already know, you sleep, you beat. So the week 7 recap, you know what I mean? Last week showed us who stayed consistent, who slowed down, who might be breaking out. You evaluate fantasy basketball performances, focus on these 3 things: usage, that's touches, minutes, and coach trust; efficiency, shot selection, turnovers, and discipline; repeatability, not a random explosion, but a role that's going to stick. You know what I mean? You need to be able to trust whoever you scoop, whoever you grab to get you a dub. And when you understand these 3 things, you ain't chasing chaos. You building you building a solid squad. You building stability. And these are some of the players that help y'all with that stability. These some of the top performers from week 7. Jaylen Brown, that boy averaging 56 fantasy points over the past week. He even averaging 36 points, 6 boards, and even also getting about 5.5 assists. So he a playmaker. He doing everything you need. He doing everything he can to help get you a dub. And that's his first time on the top performer list this season for the Hustle Sports. So he's stepping into some real responsibility. We saw what it was though when he got the Finals MVP and then the Eastern Conference Finals MVP during their championship run. Now, without Tatum, it created an opportunity for him to show he could carry it just as well. You know what I mean? And I think we all saw that, but it's on full display right now for the fantasy season. So, hey, if you got Jaylen Brown, you trusted that, you drafted him, shout out to you. My next guy, Tyrese Maxey, he averaging almost 55 fantasy points a night. He scored 27, 4-4. I got him. I ain't gonna lie, and I've been reaping some major benefits for drafting Tyrese Maxey though. He just been one of them ones. He just been like that all season. He even had a 75-point fantasy explosion game earlier this week. So that boy cooking. You already know he going off. So that was it for my guards. I got Jay Brown, Tyrese Maxey. That's the top performers at the guard spot for week 7. For the forwards, though, Michael Porter Jr., almost 64 fantasy points a game. He averaging 34 and 9 this last week. This is his first time on the list. You know what I mean? The Brooklyn Nets, they needed somebody. Obviously, they in a rebuild. They made the trade for Michael Porter this offseason. They brought him in to be the guy, and he's showing just that he's not just a guy. He's not a jack. He is the guy in Brooklyn. So, like I say, 64 fantasy points over the last week. So this is his first time on the list too. He's been going crazy. Next up at that forward spot is Jalen Johnson, 62 fantasy points over the last week. This is his 4th time he's been on the list though. Trae Young been hurt. It don't even matter. Jalen Johnson taking off. He doing what he do. He averaged, if I ain't mistaken, he averaged a triple double this week with 25, 16, and 12. He's just a man amongst boys out there, Jalen Johnson. So he doing his thing. So he wrap up the forward slot for the top performers. I had Michael Porter Jr. and Jalen Johnson out of Atlanta. Now, next up is the centers. Hey, this has been a staple all year. All I really had to do is update the numbers. Him and Nikola Jokic and Alperen Sengun. They the top performers at the center spot for week 7. And like I say, all I've been doing is updating the stats for these guys. Jokic averaged 31, 12, and 11 over the last week. Sengun averaging 30. I want to say he averaging 30, 10, and 9 over the last week. But he only played 2 games. So, do with that what you will, but he did go crazy. He did come down with a illness towards the end of the week. But them 2 guys been definitely staples in the top performers list. They strong numbers, strong leadership. You know what I'm saying? So that's a wrap on the top performers. I had Sengun, Jokic at the center spot, Porter Jr., Jalen Johnson at the 4s, and Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey at the guard spot. So yeah, we're gonna keep it moving to our league shoutout. Unfortunately, the league shoutout happened against me. Hey, I want to shout out my dog, the manager of Espo in our Hustle Sports League. He was the highest scorer coming into today's Sunday. As y'all see right here, he got 1268. He got somebody playing right now. I think that's Jalen Suggs. It's unfortunate for me to take an L like this because I ain't gonna lie, I was moving, I was cooking the last 2 weeks coming into this game. But that's how fantasy go. Got an injury you wasn't ready for, some situations you wasn't ready for, and it go against you. But that ain't to take away from the manager, Espo. Shout out to him. Some great management work. Boy, was on the waivers every day this week. I saw him use all his matchup acquisitions. So yeah, I can't hate on it. Shout out to you. I respect the grind. So hey, that's gonna be a wrap on the shout out. Hey, and just know going forward, hey, whoever the top scorer, whoever doing some major management work in our league, I'm gonna give y'all a shout out on here. So we're gonna keep it pushing to the waiver wire scoop. You know what I'm saying? This segment is about opportunities, not hype. I don't chase the names. We chasing roles. We chasing stability. We chasing anybody who can help y'all get a dub. First up, Dylan Harper from the Spurs, 32% roster steal. I mentioned him a few weeks ago on the previous episode. He's still giving you 25 fantasy points a game. And that's in limited minutes. He coming off an injury, so he only playing about 19 minutes a game. They working him in slowly. I know the Spurs loaded though, so it's a lot going on down there in San Antonio. But when them minutes go back up, that value gonna spike. And you already know with the rookies, by the time the end of the year come, they figuring out how to be professionals. They figuring out how to be, just great at what they do because they learning more. Now the knowledge is starting to, show. It's starting to separate from the beginning of the year. We see it already with Cooper Flag. Had a slow start, and as you see, he's starting to ball out more. So yeah, Dylan Harper was my first pick at the waiver wire scoop. He available in over 60% of leagues. He a guard if you need help. He can help you out. This next guy, I make it benefit from this guy because I'm a manager of Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, as we all know, had a hamstring injury a few weeks ago. He looking like he out until, early January to the new year. So Peyton Watson from the Nuggets, he coded as a small forward and a power forward. He only 18% roster, so he available. You can go get him. 80% available in most leagues. That's ESPN league, so go get him. Don't waste no time. He averaging 13, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals over the last week, and he playing 33 minutes a night. That's a lot of time to be on the floor with somebody like Jokic when, Jokic is unselfish. He going to find you. Long as Watson doing what he need to do, he going to get opportunities. Like I mentioned earlier, Aaron Gordon out until early January. So Watson got room to shine right now. That's a good opportunity for him. So for the forwards, if you need some help out there, especially if you like me and you got Aaron Gordon, you want to replace that production instead of just having them sit in your IR spot and nothing else can cover it for you till he get back. Peyton Watson is a nice pickup. Make sure y'all go check that out. My last guy, he a big from Philly, Dominique Barlow. We all know the struggles that Joel Embiid have to stay healthy. Andre Drummond has been hurt coming into this week. This is why he's on my list, Dominique Barlow. And I mentioned Drummond a few weeks ago that he a good player to pick up while Embiid, he working to get back healthy. Dominique Barlow, he seemed like he getting some of that opportunity too because Drummond, now injured. I saw he came back recently this week, so this may or may not change with Barlow, or he might have played himself into a role. He only 3%. He only 3% roster. So that means he available in 97% of your leagues. He averaging 11, 6, 2, 1, and 1. So he's stuffing the sheet. He getting 30 minutes a game. You know what I mean? And he's gonna get a role while Drummond's there and he's there. Now, if Embiid there, it might not be his night. But if one of them out, he got a good shot to have a great night. Like I say, 30 minutes a game. He even got a 40-point fantasy night this week. Great streaming value. Opportunity is going to beat the reputation every time. So make sure y'all trust in that. Make sure y'all looking at some of that stuff like that. Don't just write a guy off because you ain't, you looking at long-term options. Sometimes you just need the short-term option to help you get through the week, to help you get a dub. So that's a wrap on the waiver wire scoop. I started with Dylan Harper at the guard spot, Peyton Watson at the forward spot, and Dominique Barlow at the center spot. Make sure y'all jump in the chats, jump in the comments. Let me know who y'all like in the waiver wire. Who available in y'all leagues. That's nice production. That offers stability for you that you can stream, you can trust while you grab. So we're gonna keep it moving to our next segment. Player spotlight. I ain't lying. I've been a fan of Jaylen Brown his whole career. I think Jaylen, while I know we talk about aesthetic of games, and why people may have certain people over Brown, may have Tatum over Brown. Some people may have Brown over Tatum, because of aesthetically pleasing games or how they look when they play. Jaylen Brown, dog, hey, he a dog. As I said earlier, he averaging 57 fantasy points a night. He averaged that over the last week. He evolving as a leader. He's showing he can carry. He already proved he's an MVP level player. He's already proven that when you need him, you can count on him. So this is why I chose to spotlight him. No Tatum for this year. You know what I mean? He got to step into a role that he kind of been prepping for going into this situation, and he came off a triple-double earlier this week. Then he came double back with 30 and flirted with another triple-double in that game when he dropped 30. So Jaylen Brown is definitely one of them ones to where, hey, he deserved the spotlight. He deserved any good thing that's coming to him in his career because it's obvious that he put the work in. And that's what we're here for. Put that work in and get the dubs. So so that's my player spotlight. That's my player spotlight. Jaylen Brown, he cooking. He's scalding right now. So hey, that's what it is. This next segment, in the zone. The in the zone sleeper pick. This guy, he got a lot of opportunities this upcoming week. Now, some of that may be cut short with the return of Ja. Ja I saw projected to come back December 12th. It's enough time for you to stream this guy and get some real dubs. You know what I'm saying? It's about flash. It's about being early on some people too. It's about timing. And that timing, for me, Vince Williams Jr. out of Memphis. 9% rostered, 25 fantasy points per night. He averaging 5 rebounds, 9 assists, getting a steal, a block. He played great defense. He a playmaker. He look like he a floor general. He coming off a 47-point fantasy game. So, yeah, he might not be a long-term option for you, but Ja coming back soon, this is his window. This is his window. You can trust him while Ja working to get back, working to get healthy. Vince Williams can help you get some dubs because he's doing a lot of things in a lot of different categories. And that's why he was my in the zone sleeper pick. You won't hear a lot about him. He probably ain't your favorite player, but guess what? He gonna help you get a dub. We find value before the rest of the league see it. So Vince Williams is my in the zone sleeper pick. Jump in that chat. Let me know who y'all rocking with. That's a sleeper in y'all league. Who y'all got? So now, the Hustlers Energy pick of the week, the lock pick of the week. This is who I'm locking the key with, or I'm locking the lock with, and I'm throwing away the key. Denny Abdia. If you don't know his name, you probably sleep. And if you sleep, you beat. This is what it is. He fifth at his position. He averaging 29, 8, and 9 over the past week. Slightly above his season averages of 26, 7, and 6. He like that. I mentioned him on the show a few weeks ago, and Denny Abdia is showing he's a leader. He's showing he's a dog. He's a bucket. He's leading Portland to dubs, to competition, to competitive games. I'm going to keep mentioning this dude till he seems like he get the respect that he deserves. Denny Abdia is like that. This is my lock, and this is who I'm throwing away the key on because it ain't hype, it ain't hopium, it ain't none of that. Just straight clarity and evidence. This is what I'm seeing. This is what y'all should be seeing. He's a dog. So don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Denny Abdia is one of them ones. So I'm coming up on the last segment, the fantasy community debate. Some stuff I've been seeing, some chatter on Reddit, Twitter or X, showing my age there. But yeah, I see some community debates about how fantasy should go. And this can apply to football or basketball fantasy. But since this is the basketball episode, we're going to keep it basketball relevant. Now, some of the questions, the debate I've been seeing is how usage fantasy more valuable than balanced production when you're trying to win a league. So let's dissect that. Let's dissect that. Because I know for me, I like the high value play. Now I like a balanced roster. I want high value guys all over the place as much as possible. Like my squad, I got Luka, I got Maxey, I got Sengun. Those three guys cover me any given week against anybody. It allows me to play with anybody. Now, it always probably ain't going to go your way, but that's life. You know what I mean? But we don't quit. You can't give up, can't complain, or you can complain if you want to, if that's your method, but I don't think that's going to be helpful. But yeah, like high value beats balanced production, especially when you can grab high value in a balanced way. If you tracking what I'm, or if you picking up what I'm putting down. High value, we play for that. That's what the top scorers, there's a reason why they at the top of their league every year in every sport. Because high value is going to beat the balanced production every single time. Every time I play fantasy, every time I look up the top three, people in the league in the standings are usually some of the top scorers in the league. So yeah, I'm rocking with high value over the balanced production. So y'all let me know. Follow us on X at Hustle Sports Net, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at The Hustle Sports Network. Tap in, hit me in the chat. Let me know What y'all rocking with? You doing high value or you like balanced production? And let me know how that work out for you. So, because hey, listen, we all here trying to get dubs. So there's a way that I can get a dub or you could get a dub or we helping each other get wins. That's what it is. That's community right there. That's how you get to the top. Being healthy, being a teammate, being a good team player. So yeah, that's gonna be a wrap on the episode. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with the Hustle Sports Fantasy Podcast. Like I said earlier, follow on X at Hustle Sports Net. Follow on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at the Hustle Sports Network, and tap in. Let us know how y'all moving. Let me know what you doing. And as you already know, you sleep, you beat. That's what it is. I'm T Will. I'm out. Appreciate y'all hustlers.